Hey everybody, you could really help out the podcast by going to jmohr.com, clicking the Amazon link, and buying whatever you want. Tweet what you bought, and I will talk about it on the show. Thanks, guys. Really appreciate you helping us out.
Put your name on it. Just put your name on it. That's all I say. Be a man or a woman. Put your name on it.
Well, I'd like to hear about it, potheads.
How the fuck you gonna know how to be great if you don't study greatness? Look at the game tape.
Donuts.
I want to work with you a lot.
Oh yeah!
All right, the little general is here.
Hey.
Robert E. Lee.
Oh my God, I can't believe I'm here.
Bobby Lee's in the house.
Hey, Jay, I want to start off by saying that I want to thank you for all the help. You really did help me out early in my career.
How did I help you?
You gave me a lot of road dates and stuff, man. It was really nice of
I gave you one road date.
No, you gave me like 5 or 6.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Well, you listen to this podcast, and people sit here and say really nice things about me.
Yeah. No, I just, I know it was
Out
never
on
able
the,
to thank you, really,
Thanks, brother.
Really nice guy.
There's a particular date we did that I'll never forget. It's one of my favorite stories. Since it's Mohr Stories. Do you remember when we did USC together?
Oh, yeah. That was bullshit, dude.
I hazed you hard.
Well, you threw me under the bus, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, can I tell what? We're both
doing
booked
it.
at
We're
USC, right?
Wait, hold on a second. Let's.
You're booked.
And you're booked as
I'm
the
opener.
Yeah.
I'm the opener.
Bobby makes it like,
we're co-headlining.
All right, Loverboy and Howie Mandel are co-headlining Chautauqua Casino in Seattle.
No, yeah, I was opening for you,
All right.
Is what I meant to say.
I chose you.
You chose me to do it. Yeah, they didn't contact me and go, would you like to do a show with Jay Mohr? Jay Mohr called me and said, would you open for me? I'm doing you a favor.
Will you switch forward? You're making me nervous that those headphones are going to fly off your head. There you go.
So it was daylight, right? I think the show started at, 6?
It was weird. It was in the quad. It was out. Everything was weird. It was at USC, so it's like downtown. You got to go through the hood to get there. Like, it is the hood.
Yeah.
And it's bright. It's like as bright as like if you were sunning yourself bright at 8 o'clock at night.
Yeah, and people are out like barbecuing and walking around. You know what I mean? There was it's not a show atmosphere.
You know what? When you just said that, it made me think like in movies, there's always like that scene of like people when the cops go to a college campus and it's like a bullshit campus where people are like playing frisbee and shit.
Yeah.
Like, but that's how it was.
That's what it was. Yeah. People were drinking too. I think it was like an opening ceremonies type of thing. For like the freshman class, right? Or
I'm not sure.
Why did the light just? I get panic attack. Why did
I know
that
we're going to talk about
but
that.
Why did that happen though?
Because it's a timer for when you walk through the light went on to welcome you,
Okay.
and now the light went out because you're having a stroke.
Sorry. Anyway, so Jay's headlining and they want to start the show. It's daylight. But
it's daylight late. It was weird late.
Yeah, it was
daylight.
weird late.
Like 8 o'clock and bright.
Like God did that. Like the Lord Jesus did that.
He wanted to see
me fail.
The little general Robert E. Lee.
Yeah, so Jay basically said, stay out there until it gets dark. You said stay out there. Now, at that time, I only had 15 minutes, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I go, okay, and I'm out there. I remember, I have gone through my whole act. And the sun's not going down, right? And Jay's, I don't know where he is.
So that was
right?
8:18.
Yeah.
It was 8, and now it's like 8:18.
Yeah. And I was panicking, and I just started improvising. I don't know what I did, though.
I remember at one point, for some reason, the stage
I was eating it.
Was almost like a quarter of an acre. It was enormous, like a 5 foot high, like somebody huge was but it was just me and you.
Yeah.
And then I remember you did your act, and then you were like, "All right, you guys, you guys ready for your headliner?"
Yeah,
and you looked over, and I gave you the sign like, "No." And you went, "All right," and you were game.
Yeah.
And you were like, "Yeah." So, I mean, like, I don't know what you said, but you were doing crowd work, and you were doing okay. But it wasn't like no matter who was there, only like a Louis Anderson. Like a guy that just talks nicely, could have actually like pulled off that spot. Like, hey, I remember college. Yeah. Like if no one responds, he can just go, yeah. So that's kind of weird, you know.
You know what the funny thing is that I did that gig 5 years later.
Jesus.
Where I had to close.
Who opened?
Ant.
Oh, who farted?
Yeah, gay aunt. No, we were co-headlining, and I said, you can go first, but how long are you going to do? He goes, I'm only going to do like 30 minutes. I go, fine. That's perfect. He did like an hour and a half.
Your non-gay voice was gayer than your impression of that. You went, fine. I don't care. He did like an hour. You're like, I'm only going to do 30 minutes. Fine. That was freaking great.
So
dude.
what you're saying, my natural voice is gay too. Pretty gay.
Just that, like,
Oh my God,
whatever.
I sound gay, right?
No, it was no.
Oh.
It was your patriarchal, like, fine, like whatever keeps this moving. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to hear about it. I have to drive all the way.
Yeah.
Just everyone get along. Fine. It's just neighbors walking by.
Okay,
Bobby.
okay.
You really are a squirrely
No, I just get
fucking
antsy.
prick.
I get antsy. I get paranoid and stuff. Yeah.
So what happened was
Yeah.
Bobby's on stage, and then he tries to come off twice, and both times I'm standing. People can see me.
Yeah.
I'm standing right on the edge of the stage.
Also, the people want to see you.
They want.
They don't want to see a fat Asian guy, you know what I mean, who doesn't know what he's doing, sweating.
Yeah, but I did.
I know you did. I know you did, man.
At one point, I remember you. I don't know what words were being said,
Yeah.
but you were laying on the stool,
Oh, yeah.
like
yeah.
making believe you were swimming.
Oh, so, I think so, yeah.
I don't even know.
I'm going to try the swimming bit out. You know what I mean?
But you didn't have a swimming bit. You're
Yeah.
like, and you're like, maybe if I just move around a lot,
Yeah.
I'll garner more attention.
Oh,
And
my
at
God,
one point, this is what I remember from that gig,
Yeah.
was you looking over your shoulder at dusk on the stool going, are you fucking serious? To me. And I laughed so hard, I go, you're fine, you're fine. And then you brought me up, and it was just as hard for me.
Yeah.
And they were all like sitting on the grass, but like without blankets. And
Yeah.
as I'm doing my act and telling stories, I'm going, they're going to get itchy.
You know, but when I saw you, though, I thought, wow, there's a pro.
Thanks.
You know what I mean? I watched you because although it was like an unruly audience, you know, he's a pro. Right? At that time, I was so antsy. You know what I mean? Like I look like, you know what I mean, a beginner, and you were.
There is a thing, and I said Louis Anderson earlier, but there is like a thing Louis Anderson said
Why do you
to me
bring
once.
him up all the time?
Yeah.
Okay, Bobby Lee's he a singer? He's a singing guy. Is that him?
I love Louis.
What's not to love? I mean,
But he told me no one can take that from you. Funny. Nobody can take it from you.
Yeah.
No matter how you say, no matter how shitty it is out there,
Yeah.
if you go up and do it and don't go, what the fuck's wrong with you people? Because that's a huge mistake that we all make as comics. Because sometimes you'll think it a whole show, and then when you say goodnight, they give you a standing ovation, and you're like, wow, I thought they sucked.
Never got one, but
Yes, you have. You're like, I thought they sucked, and turns out they were just like watching a show. Like, this is just how we are as a group.
yeah.
And Louis said that to me a long time ago. I think we were at the comedy store, and he goes,
one time I did a show, and you know that band In Excess? The guy hung himself masturbating. Man. You want to play some cards while we're in here? No.
And you seem to think that the audience that you're playing in front of knows all the previous audiences that you've ever performed. You know what I mean?
No.
You have this expectation that they're going to be like the last night's crowd, and they're just being themselves, right? So my ear
Yeah.
is like, I killed last night, and tonight I'm not getting as much laughs.
yeah, I think
So I
that's
think
still.
that they suck, but that doesn't mean that they suck.
No, they're
just
suck. I'm letting you off the hook. Sometimes,
Really?
if you're out there listening, sometimes as an audience member, you absolutely suck.
right.
Sometimes we're up there breaking our balls,
Sweating.
and it's the exact. Bobby brings up a good point. It's the exact same shit we did at the 7:30 show.
Yeah.
Or more fun because we're ad-libbing and we're having fun. We're like a couple of our
You're
buddies.
contradicting yourself, Jay.
I'm saying sometimes the audience sucks.
Oh, okay.
How did I contradict myself?
Because you said earlier that like you're on stage and they might be not laughing, you know what I mean, as hard.
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
My point was, if you think a crowd sucks, just don't tell them that they
okay.
suck.
Yeah.
Because sometimes the surprise is at the end.
Right.
Where you go, you guys have been great, thanks a lot.
But what
And
happens if you're finished and they don't clap?
Then you get off stage and go, they sucked.
Oh.
But you know what?
Well, I'd have to
that
wait
would
to
be
the end.
That would be because if you tell them, if you tell, this is just my opinion. You
Okay,
do whatever
no,
the hell
I
you
love
want
it.
because you're
I
very
love it.
funny. I
Yeah,
love
thank
watching
you,
you do
Jay.
comedy. I love watching you lay on stools and swim violently over your shoulder. Are you kidding me? It was almost like I was chasing you in a pool.
Yeah.
The way you were floundering around.
I completely I forgot about that too. Until you just brought it up.
Yeah.
It was just one of those things like, I was molested when I was younger.
Jesus.
By a guy with Down syndrome.
Yeah. Well, we all
know
were.
that. I say it on stage, but yeah, this guy with Down syndrome molested me. And
Me too.
Yeah. And if I didn't bring up in my act...
Stevie, I'll tell you his last name off there.
Yeah.
Stevie. What was your guy's name?
I didn't know because I was so young.
Jesus. This is how, like, Pampers young?
No, I was like 8.
So for you, Pampers young.
It was just the man that lived in the shack. I lived in Minnesota. No, I lived in Minnesota, right? And during the summers, we had an ice skating rink like 2 blocks away. But during the summers, it was just a field, right? And there was a guy that mowed the lawn, okay? He lived in the shack during the summers, right?
It's good you let a guy with Down syndrome near all the blades.
And he had Down syndrome, and he had candy on the rafters, right? So he would lure kids in there once and offer them candy and, like, fondle their penis, right? But I went back every day for, like, 3 months. Because I love candy so much. I just went to get the candy. I didn't care what the consequences were.
Is that really true?
Yeah, it really is. And that's why, I'm a recovering alcoholic. You know that, right?
No, I know you had... I saw you, like, freak out on Opie and Anthony. There's a couple YouTube vids of you bugging out.
Yeah.
But, I had a huge... I wrote a whole book about panic disorder.
Yeah.
And you really still get it, right?
I do get it, a little bit, yeah.
There was a kid on my street, Stevie, and he lived in a home like for special people, and he would come home to visit on my dead-end street. His family of like 8 alcoholic people in one house. And when he came home, these guys, Todd Pfeiffer, Richard Jennings, like all the kids that I played with, Stevie had a whistle like, and when we heard that whistle, this is how spooky it was. We knew he was coming because he would pick us up by our balls. So I don't know if that was molesting. I don't know if that was molesting as much as like, it was. Well, I guess it was because he's touching our dicks.
That is molesting.
But it was more like he thought it was funny, and it like if I could pick you up by your balls, I totally would.
You wouldn't though.
That's funny.
Well, I'm Asian because I'm small. It's like you'd have to have a big grip.
Is Asian pubic hair straight?
It's straight, because it's scared.
Is it? Yeah. But no, that is a question I've always wanted to know.
It is very straight. Yeah, it doesn't.
It is really?
Yeah. And can I say?
How would I get you to show me in private?
I'll show you right now. But hold on, let me say this real quick. Though, all right. And our nutsacks are dark.
I know. Black. I see them in the gym.
Yeah,
and the
heads of that's what they used to call me.
Black sack. And the heads of your dicks are almost purple, almost like a black guy's.
Dark purple. Yeah, but the Asian women's vaginas are dark purple too. So
I wouldn't know.
Okay.
Oh, fuck it. I don't do that shit.
No, I know.
That's disgusting.
I know, man.
I see Asian guys in the gym naked, and it's like an enormous like afro of pubes and just that purple head sticking out. Get as close to the president of the company as... Those aren't straight. Corey, you gotta look. You got great balls, dude. Now you're gonna touch that mic. Yeah. You're a nice circumcised boy. Bobby Lee. God. Oh, wait, I fucked. Do it again.
No, I'm on a TV show. I can't do that, man.
I forgot to take a picture.
Yeah. Can't do it.
But I like that you're gripping the mic now really well. So this kid would whistle, but he was like a big guy, like 6'5", like in a movie, like fucking Boo Radley, like a big, monster man.
Yeah.
And he would do that whistle, and I remember, this is my memory of it. There was no fucking candy. He just picked us up by our balls.
But that's a fun thing.
It hurt.
Oh.
And I remember going to Todd Pfeiffer's house, which was all, like, I was in the middle, Stevie was down the street, Todd Pfeiffer was at the top of the street. So, like, I was at 23, Todd Pfeiffer was at 35. He was up the street. Fuck it, I'm explaining this too much.
Yeah.
We'd go all the way up the street on the whistle. He never saw us. We'd go in Todd Pfeiffer's house, in his basement, and hide under a fucking couch. This fucking prick would come in the house, go into the basement, reach under the couch, and just grab us by our balls, like on sight, like, bah!
Yeah.
Like, not even like rooting around, like, where are my keys at the bottom of this fish tank? He just reached under and grabbed our fucking balls, dragged us out, lifted us up until our heads touched like that ceiling with like bird seed and shit on it, that shitty fucking Jersey bird seed.
Maybe it was the beginning of his thing, you know what I mean? Like, he didn't know how to molest kids, so he started off by just grabbing their balls violently and
But how did he find us?
You smell? I don't know. Smell?
You actually went back to get molested to get candy.
Yeah.
You really love candy.
Because they had the one with the stick with the little powder on it, with Fun Dips.
Yeah.
I love those things. But my parents were very strict, so they never got us candy, ever. We didn't have video games or nothing like that, right?
In Minnesota.
You have to get A. You know what I mean? If you don't get an A, you get B. You know what I mean? That kind of parents.
You really got beat for getting B's? So Tiger Mom, that book that lady wrote is for real, right?
No, but what happened to me is I have 28 first cousins. They all went to Ivy League schools, right? I'm the only one that didn't go to...
Wait. What are you, fucking hillbillies? How do you have 20? How do you have 20?
We're breeders, bro. You know what I mean? And they like to, and
You're Mexican Asian.
yeah, we're Mexican Asians. And what happened? We're Filipinos, but we that's what they are.
Go on, boo boy.
So what happened was, my cousins would get beat if they got a B, and so they would get it to A's. But my reaction was always, "Oh, you're gonna beat me? Well, watch this," and I would get F's. Mine was a completely rebellious attitude, like, you know what I mean? You're gonna beat me for getting above average.
Yeah,
B is above average.
B is good.
Yeah,
Not great, good.
yeah.
C is average. B is good.
Yeah, B is good, and they used to hit me for that. So I said, I'm gonna get F's.
How were you beaten? Hands,
Golf clubs.
sticks.
Golf